sorry. To receive the Right Worshipful District Grandmaster for Nigeria, Scottish Constitution, and his delegation. Please be upstanding to receive the Right Worshipful District Grandmaster for Nigeria, Right Worshipful Brother Dr. Onyeti Piazu.
Reverend ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
And so I need not remind you that these forms a part of our ceremony. During the course of this dinner, we will be having what we call the formal toast. Please, when you hear the call for silence, kindly oblige us by complying.
The grace before me. Let's also great architect of the universe for what we're about to receive. We are mindful of the needs of others.
Very worshipful brother Adenako Shobani and the rest of the grand officers here present. Be African, Reverend. Applause. Applause, brethren. Reverend ladies and gentlemen, once more, the Right Worshipful District Grand Master would be pleased to take wine with the Right Worshipful District Grand Master for Nigeria's Scottish Constitution and his numerous entourage from that Constitution all the way from Scotland. Be affable, brethren. Applause. Reverend all, ladies and gentlemen, it would be the pleasure of the Right Worshipful District Grand Master if the lady of our Assistant District Grand Master, in the person of Professor Priscilla Pebble, who has just been inducted into the American Academy of Medicine, would take wine with the Right Worshipful District Grand Master. Applause, Reverend, ladies and gentlemen. the Right Worshipful District Grand Master is actually enjoying this wine. It's of a very special vintage. Well matured. And that is why we would be pleased to take wine with the Deputy District Grand Master and the Assistant District Grand Master for Nigeria, English Constitution.
To your help.
Applause, brethren. Reverend, ladies and gentlemen, the Right Worshipful District Grand Master will be pleased to take wine with Osoma Azikwe, his in-law, who is soon to be knocking on the door, I believe. Applause, brethren, applause.
All have partaken. We are thankful and we are grateful for what we have received. Now and always. So much.
Please be seated. Brethren, ladies and gentlemen, I do claim your attention and direct it to the Right Worshipful District Grand Master, as he has a few things to say to us all.
Thank you. Worshipful brethren, right worshipful brethren, very worshipful brethren, brethren and of course, our very, very beautiful, I say beautiful with emphasis, as I look around and I wonder what this all would have been, but for the wonderful decorations in all the people being our ladies. Thank you so much for justifying our presence. There is, we tell ourselves, especially in some constitutions, that we meet on the square and then we pass on the. Yes, but yes, there are some very special Masons, and they converge in a class. So whether you are here in Nigeria or Ghana, or well, in the next 2 weeks at the Grand Lodge in London, you look around, you see them adorned in their white jackets. And who are they? Just like in those days in France, people labored to be admitted into the class of musketeers. So it is now. And people actually labor to be admitted to the class called Stewards Lodge of the district Grand Lodge of Nigeria English Constitution. So now you come. All the members of the Stewards Lodge, both properly dressed and not so properly dressed. To be upstanding. Why? I plead with them most fervently to permit me to introduce to them brothers that I am firmly convinced will meet their approbation in every respect. So if you don't mind me doing so, shall I proceed?
It's your lunch, sir.
Thank you very much. So the power in me vested by members of the Stewards Lodge, it is my pleasure to invite the following brethren to join that special class. And those that are present, when God should approach me, Joseph, a boy, Onyeneke Chibioke. Godwin Edward, I think it's in Kenya. Nairobi. Alex. I'm sorry, somebody's going to be very jealous of this. That person somewhere in Ibrahim. Don't worry. Alex Ebulike. Then Osasua, the hero. And then this other gentleman, I'm afraid, will join you today, but very soon I'm going to poke him, just like I did most of your members. And that is a last for me or that hero. He's a called for duty, and yet he lives within a classic compartment of property. So I will hand over to you this great spirit of hope. And once done, just like great spirit in any church, we'll hand it over to Chief. So you hand over to the assistant district master.
I'll deal with you.
Supervising Bank of Lagos.
I will deal with you.
Worshipful master. Stewards Lodge. Worshipful brother. Shola Morgan Yotumba.
Welcome on.
For our guests, the non-Masonic guests, please bear with us. We're just about rounding up this festive board, and we have arrived at that part of our ceremony which we take very formal, and we expect the utmost decorum whilst we go through this series of toasts. Having said that, worshipful brethren, ladies and gentlemen, pay attention to the Right Worshipful District Grand Master as he gives us the first toast of the evening.
Right worshipful brethren, very worshipful brethren, brethren for. The first toast is to the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And while we do that, may I request that we sing only the first stanza of the original national anthem.
Original
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear Federal Republic of Nigeria. Reverend, ladies and gentlemen, please silence, please. Reverend, once more I direct your attention to the Right Worshipful District Grand Master as he gives us the second toast of the evening.
Right worshipful brethren, very worshipful brethren, brethren all. I was already thinking that I was in London. That was why I jumped onto this toast. It is the toast of our beloved King Charles. It is the toast to the crowds. It is likewise the toast of the royal. I give you the toast of the king, the crowds, and the royal arch.
Brethren, please resume your seats. As I explained earlier, this is the formal part of our ceremony. Brethren, ladies and gentlemen, pay attention to the Right Worshipful District Grand Master as he gives us the third toast of the evening. And for this toast, our visitors, the non-Masonic guests, may remain seated.
Right, worshipful brethren, very worshipful brethren, brethren all. I give you the toast of the Grand Master, His Royal Highness, the Duke of Kent.
Brethren all, do pay attention to the Right Worshipful District Grand Master as he gives us the fourth toast of the evening.
Thank you. Just for the information of our guests, in English Masonry, the royal family is at the crest. And our current most worshipful Grand Master is His Royal Highness the Duke of Kent. But because of the nature of the office, how heavy it is, because in England, the Masonic charity perhaps may be the most extensive private charity. So, and because of the exigencies of his office, there is no way he can carry the burden alone. And because of his exalted position as royal, the organization had to appoint a pro Grand Master, and it is indeed a special office. In the absence of the Grand Master, the pro Grand Master is the most worshipful the Grand Master. But in the presence of the Grand Master, that office evaporates. So, it is my pleasure to give you the toast of a gentleman that has worked so assiduously, practically, administratively, to keep the English Masonry going. To the pro Grand Master, the most worshipful Jonathan Spence.
Worshipful brethren, ladies and gentlemen, once more I direct your attention to the Right Worshipful District Grandmaster as he gives us the fifth toast of the evening.
Thank you. Worshipful brethren, very worshipful brethren, brethren, I give you the toast of the Deputy Grandmaster, and for this toast, all Grand Officers will remain seated. I give you the toast of the Deputy Grandmaster, Sir Michael Snyder. Likewise, the toast of the Assistant Grandmasters, David Medlock, David John Medlock, Arthur Stephen Valley, and John Thompson, and the rest of the Grand Officers.
I call on worshipful brother Chief Anishola. Applause, brethren.
Right worshipful, the District Grandmaster of Nigeria. Right worshipful, the District Grandmaster, the country's constitution. Worshipful brethren and brethren-in-law, ladies and gentlemen, and indeed very honored to be called upon to respond to the toast of the Grand Lodge officers. It's a long time I've been in the District Grand Lodge occasion like this because of them. But I'm happy as I'm able to make it this time. Our District Grand Lodge, District Grandmaster, is very good, very keen in listening, and since has taken the throne, he's been loyal to the Grand Lodge, and I see him being a young man that he will continue to be there another decade. That is a prediction which I pray for. And when he started this reign, I went to him and showed him some words, something that is now happening. That's one of those things that I told him is that during his time, Nigeria will appreciate what missionary is. And this is the beginning, because I've been in missionary for 49 years now. And since then, I've never seen what has gone today to bring missionary out of our home and sit it down to everybody in the whole world at a prestige hall of the Yoruba Peninsula of Nigeria. This is the first time. That's why I say, my prediction will come true. As it will come, it will be Grandmaster, this is Grandmaster for the next 10 years. Because it's going to lead us to a point where basically you get to anywhere in Nigeria without joining Freemasonry. That's my prediction. I want to thank you all for taking us to that toast. I wish you all.
Applause, brethren, once more. Pay attention. And this time, I direct your attention to the Deputy District Grandmaster, very worshipful brother, praise, Adenako Sholuade, as he gives us the 6th toast of the evening.
Right worshipful brethren, very worshipful brethren, worshipful brethren of. I think worshipful brother Anishola has already said everything. I thought he was even proposing the toast of the DDM. But having said that, I need to go back to a particular issue that the DDM himself has raised twice today, and which emphasizes the strength and cohesion of this district under its leadership. And that is the subject of our visit to them. I need to go back to it. But for emphasis, it was an unprecedented event. 37 brethren joined each delegation to the annual communication of the District Landlord of Ghana, a very unprecedented event. And it's so inspiring. It shows the cohesion, the bonding that is happening under his leadership. I won't go further than that. Please be upstanding. Join me in the toast to our District Grandmaster, Right Worshipful Brother, Dr. Onyechi Ikweazu, Senior Magistrate of Nigeria, Officer of the Order of Nigeria, Fellow of the Standard of the Chartered Institutes of Administration, to our District Grandmaster.
All the upstanding.
How may you real?
All the upstanding.
All including our guests. Yes.
All, including our guests, visitors, all be upstanding to drink this toast. I'm sure you will all agree it is only right that he responds to that toast. And therefore, I hope that you will give him a round of applause as he responds to the toast in the beginning by the deputy.
Thank you immensely. Right worshipful brethren, very worshipful brethren, brethren all. I am indeed humbled, honestly, to hear such illustrious words from two people I admire the most, worshipful brother Especial, and of course the Deputy District Grandmaster, the very worshipful Prince, the Lord. I am indeed humbled, and I actually was looking for my handkerchief around me so I tried to clean my face. Yes. Indeed, 36, including me, 37 brethren sacrificed extensively, financially, time, constraint, and all that, to be in Ghana for the annual convocation of the District Lord of Ghana, English Constitution. It was indeed unprecedented. Nothing like that had ever happened. I thank all of you that are still here. And it's unfathomable. I saw the photograph we took in front of the venue. And like I said earlier in the day, that was enough to start up another district. And then the house like the district master of Sierra Leone and the Gambia, I now have the pleasure of presiding over 2 districts. Nigeria 1 and Nigeria 2. Freemasonry is indeed a very special order. It is an order that has tried from generation to generation. It is an order that was at the vanguard during the Reformation. And perhaps that was why the churches, especially that established, found it very critical that men will actually rise and say that the just shall be justified by faith, and then proceed to say, as far as I communicate with the Most High, I don't have to subscribe to certain regimentations. That was when the history started. We are not a religion. We don't practice religion. As a matter of fact, as we all know, in Masonry, we avoid every topic of religious and political discussion. Because there are the 2 things that divide, and that is distinct from spirituality. Spirituality unites, but religion divides. Spirituality is constant, just like that northern star. Whether you are Christian, Muslim, Hindu, Buddhist, traditional, religion observer, whatever, as long as you belong in the Supreme Being, you are qualified to be a Mason, meaning that you must pursue all the precepts that are embodied in your volume of the sacred law, whether it is the Quran, whether it is the Bible. That is all we urge all of us. If you find whatever in your volume of the sacred law, Bible, Quran, etc., and you find virtue in them, and you should, seriously pursue those paths towards the ultimate light. Because whichever direction you come from, there is only one perfect light, and that light is constant. How you relate to him is religious, just like custom. So that didn't work, obviously. Then for those that embrace the reformists and ended up supporting certain religious movements, then the problem now became that Freemasons now want to rule the world. It's not a new world concept. It has been there all along. And I wonder, rule the world? Have you thought about ruling the world as Masons? Because I have not. And then during the Trump invasion of the Capitol Hill, I heard some say, "Go, let us go. Finally, we're going to recover our country from the Masons." I said, "Huh?" So America has been under the stranglehold of Masons since when? So there's so much. Let me reservedly say, let me not say ignorance, but you know that I mean ignorance. There's so much ignorance out there. And we're just happy people, united by brotherly love, relief, charity, and what? And truth. That is all. That is why a very distinguished gentleman, in the person of Right Worshipful Brother Especial, will still be eager to come and participate in an obedience. We thank you so much. We thank you so much. We thank you so much. If you guarantee us that you will live to be 120 years, I will guarantee you that I'll be Grand of the district Grand Master for another. Baba, long may you recommend. And what you want to do is just that came all the way from United Kingdom. He wanted to be part of half-yearly communication. And then by tomorrow's, within a few days time, he'll be on his way back to London and he'll be part of the Grand Festival. That is that compulsion, that attraction in Masonry. To be with people of like mind, to be happy, to communicate happiness. That is what this is all about. I thank you all, brethren. It's not so easy to travel from all parts of Nigeria. My brother just stumbled into Nigeria and then sent a message to me, and he's here from Ghana to enjoy. Thank you so much. And then, brethren from all over Nigeria, just to be here. I saw Amechi. Hello, this Amechi. I saw him earlier. I don't know if he's around. You know, why I mentioned, okay, it's not all around. Why I mentioned his name is that I go to his page. I go to his social media page. We have a generation of Masons that are no longer afraid to be cloud. And that is what we all can aspire to. What are you afraid of? To be branded what? Nothing. Look at me. I oversee a church. And in that church, there are pastors that are Masons. In that church, there are elders that are Masons, and we don't collect title. So I am so pleased, and I must express my profound gratitude to the members of the Stewards Lodge for working so assiduously to render this evening a great success. And like I did earlier in the day, I have the best, very best officers in both the craft and in the royal army. Because I brand myself more of a royal army Mason, I pleaded with the Grand Lodge to please permit me to bifurcate the system in that I could be allowed to have 2 deputies, one for the Royal Army and one for the Crown. The deputy for the Crown, Prince Soluade, the deputy for the Royal Army, Chief Lady Rosette. Who has been able to bond like a family. We have sometimes very detailed discussions in our regular meetings, sometimes online, mostly online in these days. And we find ways to always come together and remain strong. That is why it has been so difficult for me to take officers. Because like we said, some politicians say, if it isn't broken, why mend it? So I thank all of you. And may brother love and affection continue to guide all our endeavors.
Well done, ladies and gentlemen. That brings to the conclusion the formalities of this evening.